I've got 6 things for you today that are going to help you save on your power bill. And there are things that you probably have not heard anywhere else because I did some research on this a little bit ago and everybody's saying the same old fluff, you know. And if that's the stage that you're at, sorry to say, you're kind of a day late and a dollar short. Um, I have been doing these things probably for like the last 6 years, some of them my entire life. Uh, so, ooh, is that a bee? It was a big bumblebee. And everybody is just saying the exact same things, you know, get blackout curtains, um, don't run your appliances at peak hours, run it in the middle of the night, um, wash your clothes on cold. And I'm, you know, it's ridiculous. And there's going to come a day where those things aren't going to work anymore. You're going to be doing all of those things, switching over to the LED lights, and you're still going to have $1,000 or more power bill. So you're going to have to make some lifestyle changes. This is going to require a different way of thinking, a different way of doing things. It may seem a little inconvenient in the beginning until you get used to it, but things are changing and we have to change with it and try and stay ahead of the curve. So, number one on my list, and I know everybody can't do this because, you know, maybe people are renting or there's regulations in your area, but if you can do it, to those people who can, get yourself a wood stove as soon as possible because you will have heat in the wintertime if the power goes out or just at all, and you aren't going to have to be using your HVAC system to heat your house, which is, I don't know, there is nothing like wood heat. And I'm surprised at the amount of people that have never experienced it. That's another story, but I use it to heat up the kettle for water in the wintertime. I use it for cooking, and it's just a regular old big low-pie stove. So if you can get one of those and find a good firewood supplier if you don't have land with wood on it, I highly recommend it. It could be, you know, say you have a power outage for like 2 weeks and it's 18 degrees out. How are you going to stay warm and not have all the pipes in your house break? So I have a trick for when I'm cooking pasta. I will use my electric kettle. If it's wintertime, I'll heat it up in a metal kettle on the wood stove to, you know, as hot as I can get it to a boil, or I just use the electric kettle. And then I put that into my pasta pot with my pasta in it. And then I heat that on the stove or hot plate up to a boil, shut it off. And this is, I have propane heat in here. So it's not like there's residual heat in a metal burner or anything. So heat it, you know, get that water boiling with the pasta in it, put the lid on it and let it sit for like 15-20 minutes and it comes out perfectly al dente. And you don't use as much power. It's not sitting there on a boil for 10 minutes like the package says. Now, let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, when you're charging your phones, your iPads or whatever, as soon as they are fully charged, pull them out of the wall. Don't just leave it there. I suspect that while they're pulled into the wall, there's still a draw on the power. So it's like basically having a light on, I would assume, but just pull it out of the wall. The other thing is, if you have a tablet, maybe use that instead of a big TV. That would be, I've been doing that quite a bit. We've got, there's all of these light switches and wall outlets right now that have basically ambient lighting that come off of them all the time. I've got 3 light switches in my house that are like that, and I didn't really think about it at the time when I put them in, but it is kind of annoying having this little blue light on all the time unless the light is turned on. And I never use the overhead lights. I always use lamps, which leads me into the next thing. I have switched all of my lamps and the lights that I use over to battery powered puck lights in place of the light bulb. Now, I just saw the other day that there are solar light bulbs, and I found some and ordered them. They should be here, I think, early next week. And I wanted to make sure that they weren't that bright white outdoor light because I like kind of a soft yellow. I don't know. It's a comfortable light. It's not that glaring bright white, and it's not orange either. So there's 3 different settings on it. So when those get here, I'll let you know how they go, but let me show you the puck system I've got. So here's an example of a lamp where I took out the light bulb. I've just wound up the cord here around the leg of the table, and I just reach in there and I've got a light. Should have dusted that today. So that's how that is. And you can get these so they're on remote control. These are older ones that I had, and I'm just going to use until they croak. But here is some others. And I have them 1, 2, 3 in all of my glass shelves. And it looks absolutely beautiful at night with my battery candles. I have, this is a USB fan, and that can go almost 24 hours if I have it on one. And these lights in the cabinets here, these are all on a remote control. So, and the batteries are probably at about half life right now, but I don't turn that on until it's, you know, pretty dark out. These are some other battery powered lamps that I bought, and I got these off of Amazon. And I think they're about $39 a piece at the time that I bought them. Perfect for this area. Let me flip that. I don't like that seam shine there. But they dim. So, whoops. You can dim them down, which I usually have them on very low so the battery lasts longer. And then you can do all different kinds of colors. I mean, who really is going to be doing like blue sconce lighting in their house? I'm not. But you have the different kinds of cool white, warm white, soft white. There's that. That's the white I don't particularly like. This one's good. And I like that one as well. So it just depends on my mood. But yeah, these have been really nice to have around. The light bulbs that are in here are actually USB. So I have 3 USB ones, and then everything else I've decided to switch over to regular old, like, battery. This is my coffee station, and you'll see that there is no coffee maker. There's no Keurig. I have an electric water kettle, a thermos, of course, my coffee, and then this reusable cone filter. So in the wintertime, I'll heat up my water on the wood stove. But since it's, I don't have a fire going right now, I use the electric kettle, fill it all the way up, and then put your coffee in the filter, put this over my mug so I get my first cup of coffee, and then I put the rest of it into the thermos. And then you got hot coffee and no power draw. And the last one that I would suggest is switching over to propane for your cook stove, oven, clothes dryer, hot water tank, any appliance that you can switch over to propane. You can always switch it back, but propane generally seems to be a little bit more efficient. A lot of the times it's a little cheaper than the electricity. And I don't know what's going to happen with electricity, gas, propane going forward, but at least get it while you can, and then you've got it. I've got a huge 500-gallon tank over here, and we've got a generator hookup here on the side of the house. No, we have a generator, but I want a bigger one that just is there on standby all the time rather than a manual one. But yeah, these are the things I came up with to save on your power bill. And getting yourself a wood stove, yes, that's an investment, but think about how much you're going to be saving on your power bill in the winter. And there is nothing like wood stove heat. So hope you found this helpful. And I don't know if you guys have other power saving tips, let me know in the comments.